Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. In my opinion, the phrase fan service is an overused critique we've come to hear far too often for the Marvel or Star Wars films. It usually comes with a negative connotation, but I think that the phrase aptly applies and is a good thing for Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. It's now available on Blu-ray, DVD, and video on demand, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith are back as our titular characters, whom we first met 25 years ago in Smith's black and white film Clerks. Jay and Silent Bob find out that the comic book characters, Blunt Man and Chronic, are the subject of a reboot movie in Hollywood. Now this enrages them all over, so they head out from New Jersey to California to Chronic Con in hopes to stop the movie from happening. Now, if you're like me and spent a majority of your high school days watching Kevin Smith movies like Clerks, Chasing Amy, Mallrats, or Dogma, you're already familiar with the View Askew universe. Smith made this film as an ultra-meta throwback to that stage of his career and to thank fans for their continued support. Jay and Silent Bob are just as you remembered them. They're both still huge stoners, with Jay running his mouth and Silent Bob reacting to his antics. The heart of the story, to kind of counter that, is Jay finding out that he has a daughter. His daughter happens to be played by Harley Quinn Smith, Kevin Smith's daughter in real life, who has also appeared in many of his films. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot is at its best when Smith is going full fan service, as that's what we want out of this kind of movie. The callbacks to his characters and the actors he's worked with before brings his audience right back to that familiar place with that high school reunion vibe. Now, I don't want to give away all the spoilers, but it's great to see the likes of Jason Lee back as his character Brody from Mallrats and Ben Affleck playing himself. Now, there are far more cameos to other actors from Smith's company, along with actors from the Marvel and DC franchises. It's a smorgasbord of geek fandom throughout, which aligns with Kevin Smith's brand. He's also not afraid to poke fun and acknowledge the low points of his career. There's a lot of self-deprecating humor in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Now, this film won't have the same effect for non-Smith fans out there. I don't think anyone's really coming into this not having seen any of his other films, but you'd be lost and probably turned off by the raunchy humor, the pot references, and the immature behavior of our lead characters. In terms of reboots and remakes, this is quite successful at celebrating everything that came before. Smith's script is wildly clever at pulling it all together, even if it wanders a bit in the middle. It's been a few years since my last go-around with these characters, but I slipped right back into the rhythm quite easily. I'm giving Jay and Silent Bob Reboot 3.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have some new reviews of movies like Ben Affleck's The Way Back. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip. And then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.